10 signs that shows you are actually genius. Number 1. Flipping perspectives mid-thought. You're in the middle of an internal argument defending a belief you hold strongly. You're building your case, lining up your facts. And then suddenly, something shifts. It's not just that you can hypothetically see the other side. You can actually feel it. The emotional weight of the opposing argument settles on you, and for a moment, you're sitting in their seat, looking at the world through their eyes. This isn't just intellectual empathy. It's a complete cognitive realignment happening in real time. This mental shape-shifting can feel disorienting. It might look like you're unsure of yourself, indecisive, or inconsistent. But what's really happening is far more advanced. Your mind is flipping the lens, trying on different perspectives as part of how it naturally thinks. You don't force it, you just do it. You might start with one opinion, then catch yourself imagining not just what someone else would see, but what it would feel like to believe the opposite, why someone might push back, and what underlying experiences or values shape that view. Your brain already plays devil's advocate on its own, constantly testing and adjusting perspectives. This rare ability is a sign of a mind that prioritizes understanding over being right. Number 2. Arguing with your own opinions. This goes a layer deeper than simply changing perspectives. You land on an idea. It feels solid, well-constructed, and right. But then the rebuttal starts, not from an opponent, but from yourself. Another voice in your mind begins to systematically dismantle your own logic, running the opposite angle, looking for cracks, and stress-testing the foundation of your belief. You're not just trying on another viewpoint for empathy. You are actively trying to defeat your own argument. Psychologists call this self-generated dialectical thinking. It's an internal debate where you simultaneously play the role of proponent and opposition. This process is deeply linked to cognitive complexity, advanced reasoning, and an unusually strong ability to discriminate between patterns. Your brain constructs a thought and immediately tries to break it down, rethinking causes, questioning motives, and testing logic. This can be mentally exhausting and may look like indecision, but the ideas that survive this internal crucible are robust, nuanced, and far more likely to be sound. Number 3. Creating imaginary rules just to test them. You've been doing this for as long as you can remember. As a child, maybe you decided you could only step on the dark tiles on the floor, or you had to make it to the end of the block before a certain car passed. You set invisible limits, invented secret challenges, and played quiet games in your head just to see what would happen. Basically, you've been gamifying your entire existence since childhood, before gamification was even a word. These mental experiments are less for attention and more for friction. Psychologists refer to this as a form of abstract simulation. Your brain invents scenarios and imposes constraints to build cognitive flexibility. It's a way of applying pressure to your own thinking just to see how it reacts. Highly intelligent people often build tiny thought puzzles throughout the day, testing limits, creating internal challenges, and exploring how systems work. This constant playful testing builds a remarkable mental agility that can be applied to any challenge. Number 4. Mentally zooming out during small decisions. It starts in a supermarket aisle. You're trying to pick something simple, like a brand of coffee. But your brain is already zooming out. It's not just about the taste. Suddenly, you're considering the ethical sourcing of the beans, the company's labor practices, the planetary impact of the packaging, how the caffeine level will affect your sleep schedule, and how that will impact your productivity on a project that's due next week. A decision that should take seconds turns into a full system scan. Most people would call this overthinking, but for you, it happens without effort. Your mind naturally widens the frame, even in the most mundane moments. You see beyond what's immediately in front of you, thinking in terms of ripple effects, long arcs, and quiet consequences. You rise above immediate urgency, pausing to collect all the moving parts and placing every decision in context. This strategic overview of life, developed from small daily decisions, creates insight and clarity where others might see only chaos. Number 5. Seeing everything as a system.
To most people, a group of friends is just a group. A job is just a job. A conversation is just what's being said. A conversation is just what's being said. But to you, nothing stands on its own. Everything is part of something larger. You can't unsee it, the dynamics, the patterns, the invisible lines of cause and effect running quietly underneath everything. This is called systems perception. You instinctively map connections, not just between people, but between moments, roles, and meanings. Your mind notices pressure points, potential breakdowns, and subtle status shifts that no one else observes. While others relax, you see the hidden architecture of interactions and events, giving you a profound advantage. This ability to understand the structure of the world is a hallmark of genius. Number 6. Replaying past moments to learn from them. A comment, a look, a pause in a conversation that felt slightly off. Hours or even days later, your brain is still there, replaying that moment. This isn't about punishing yourself or getting stuck in a loop of regret. It's about understanding. This habit is called post-event processing, and for highly analytical and intuitive minds, it's an automatic function. Your brain runs a replay because it knows there's more data to extract. You watch the same moment from different angles, testing variables and pulling out patterns. You revisit the moment to see what it still has to teach you, how things happened, how they felt, and how your own actions influence the outcome. This process builds a deep and ever-evolving understanding of human behavior and emotional nuance. Number 7. Watching yourself participate in real time. You're present, you're participating, you're laughing at the joke, you're contributing to the conversation, and yet, a part of you is hovering just behind your own eyes, observing. It's like you're watching the belonging happen in real time, as if a part of you is slightly outside the moment, scanning to see how it all fits together. This experience is a sign of high metacognition, the ability to think about your own thinking. You are simultaneously the actor and the director, constantly monitoring your place in the moment, reading subtle cues and making tiny adjustments to align your actions with context. This awareness creates clarity and social insight, even if it sometimes feels isolating. Number 8. Wanting to break invisible constraints. You walk into a space, a classroom, a conversation, a system, and your brain immediately starts scanning beyond the obvious. It's looking for the rules, the unwritten ones, the assumptions that everyone else takes for granted. And you've always noticed the ones that don't quite make sense, the outdated ones, the inefficient ones, the ones no one asked for but everyone obeys anyway. Deep down, something in you starts to push back, to test the edge. Twain, a messy workspace was their natural habitat. This isn't because they were incapable of being tidy, but rather it's often a sign of a mind that is prioritizing its immense cognitive resources on more important abstract problems. The energy required to constantly file, sort, and organize the physical world is to them a distraction from the deep work happening in their heads. A study from the University of Minnesota confirmed this, finding that while a tidy environment encourages conventionality, a messy environment fosters creativity and the generation of unconventional ideas. The visual chaos can break rigid thinking patterns, allowing unexpected connections to form, and often reflects the spatial logic of the owner's mind, prioritizing cognitive over physical order.